Y'all know what it is.
Yeah. So, there's an example on one of our podcasts, episode 110. I'm looking at it here now. And there's a guy who puts in $1,500 a month into a policy for some odd years. He's like 34 or 5 when he starts, and he retires at age 70. His choice, right? You could step away like Mike already has done and retire early if you want to. But whenever you're ready, you can pull money out of this policy, either as a withdrawal or as a tax-free loan. And both the withdrawals of basis and the loans are 100% tax-free. In other words, you can take all the money out. This guy had $1.2 million in cash value, and he's living on it at $60,000 a year for the rest of his life, income tax-free.
That's amazing. Just to clarify, I still work. I just feel like I'm retired sometimes.
He's a man.
Corona retired.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome. Go ahead and drop the name of your podcast. We haven't brought that up yet. I think you're like 140 episodes in, and I listened to a few of your episodes, and they're great.
Oh, thanks.
You want to tell people where they can tune in and hear that?
Well, that's meaning a lot coming from you, Mike. So yeah, the podcast is Not Your Average Financial Podcast.
Yeah. You actually just had a guest on, Christina Weiss. You guys were talking about how to live financially immune. Can you break that down for us? What do you mean by financially immune? Is it kind of recession proof?
Yeah. How can we pandemic proof our money? I mean, so we've lived, I think we've been financially sick way before the coronavirus hit us. And we've talked some about that on this episode here. But one of the things you can do to be financially immune, both as a business owner and as an individual or family, is, if you've got the fever, how do you got to lower your fever? And on a physical level, like, if you've literally got a fever, finding a way to get back down to a normal resting temperature is a healthy thing to try to do. And similarly, if you've got a burn rate in your financial life, either on a personal level or a business level, you're in trouble, So how can we, in this crisis is a great reminder to try to do this every so often, lower that burn rate? How can we lower our temperature in our business or our personal family finances? Do I really need 17 streaming services right now? Can I maybe get away with 1 or 2? Can I lower my other expenses? Can I negotiate with my landlord if I rent my commercial office space or my personal apartment or whatever? These are great moments to really work on our burn rate. That's one thing. I'd say also, let's increase our vitamins and minerals. Let's bring in healthy streams of income right now. So, you can look for brand new ways of making money that you couldn't make or didn't think to make before. One of the best quotes I've heard lately is, what does this crisis make possible for us? So, under one perspective, it's like, oh my gosh, how am I going to live? I can't believe this. We're under lockdown. But another perspective is, okay, let's take a breath. What does this crisis now make possible for us? And now you can maybe find some brand new streams of income you weren't even aware of or thinking to get involved with before.
A good example of that is the branded masks that are online right now. There's tons of people making a bunch of money off of masks that weren't even a thing in the last 3 months. So
let me tell you a quick story about that just for fun here. One guy, he's a client of mine. He borrowed from his life insurance policy. Okay. So he's got one of these policies set up. He's got several $100,000 in there. He started this a few years ago. So, he's been plugging away in there. He borrowed against the policy. And the policy keeps growing, even on that capital there. But then he went and invested in a mask company that's gone bananas, 1,000% return or whatever. And the policy is just cooking over here, doing fine on its own. So, and then once that investment pays off on the mask business, he'll repay the policy loan and do it again with some real estate or something else. You're right. It's all about opportunity. How do we